Because nothing is ever as it seems.
Despite Phantasm 2's disappointing box office performance, Phantasm 3 was still made. However, it was 6 years before it was finally released. Universal Studios obviously saw the potential in making it a franchise, and so they created a sequel anyway. Phantasm 2 ended on a cliffhanger similar to the first movie. Similar to the second movie though, Phantasm 3 instantly comes in and basically changes around what happened and ends up taking all the terror out of the scene. The first thing you'll notice in Phantasm 3 is that the actor playing Mike has now changed back to the original actor from the first movie. Also returning is Jodie, who wasn't in the second movie at all. The film is set 2 years after Phantasm 2. After the events of the previous movie, Mike was put into a coma. When Reggie comes to see Mike, he sees that Mike has woken up and is being attacked by a demonic nurse. Reggie saves Mike and they run away together. Then Mike gets kidnapped by the Tool Man. Reggie then spends the rest of the movie trying to save Mike and defeat the Tool Man once again. This time he's aided by two people he meets along the way, the survival expert Tim, who's a young boy, and the sassy black punk lady Rocky. The film is kinda similar to the previous film in both pace and style, except Phantasm 3 almost completely removes any shred of horror remaining and turns it into a straight up action movie. Aliens did it really well. When Phantasm 3 did it, it feels really uneven. Similar to the previous movie, there are a lot of gore scenes and they are done really well. In this movie, instead of those weird minion things, the Tool Man pretty much just uses zombies. But not slow Romero zombies, I'm talking Evil Dead zombies. The biggest problem I have with this is that the entire series keeps taking things from the Evil Dead movies. I keep noticing shots and lines that are in the Evil Dead movies. I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but it's quite uncanny. The film tries to be really fast paced, but a lot of the time it fails and feels really incoherent. The story is never quite fleshed out very well, the characters are incredibly bland, and nothing is explained that well. I know this is probably intentional, but unless they explain every single thing in Phantasm 5, there are going to be a lot of inconsistencies left in the series. The special effects are similar to the previous two movies and are done extremely well. The spheres look amazingly realistic, and the Tool Man's homeworld looks like it was taken directly from a Nirvana music video. The sets look fantastic and the whole design of the movie is superb and much better than in any of the other movies. There are a lot of large spaces that look fantastic. If the pace of the film was a little slower and there were more atmospheric shots of these sets, the film could have been really creepy. The action scenes are well done and aren't anywhere near as bad as I was basically saying they were earlier. The action scenes are definitely fun, however they take you out of the movie at times and they feel like they should have just been in a completely different movie. There are new additions to the mythology of the universe which I did find fascinating and I would have loved to have seen much more than we were actually giving. The acting is nothing amazing, I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying I've seen much better in tons of other movies with lower budgets. So finally, what is my opinion of Phantasm 3 Lord of the Dead? It was okay. The film was lacking a lot of what I liked about the previous two movies and it felt very unnecessary. However, it was a lot of fun and it did actually improve on some tiny bits. Luckily, the next movie actually goes back to horror, so I won't have to watch another movie like this unless the fifth film goes back to this style. Overall, it was fun, but nothing amazing. I give Phantasm 3 a 7.5 out of 10.